Now I'm going to create another SQL script by first clicking on the folder, right clicking and choosing new SQL or SQL script. I'm going to call this script number 2 and I'm going to choose the first option, which is to manually start typing the SQL statement. I click on finish, then an editor will come up. Now from here, if you are not connected to the sample database at this point, you can choose the database you want to connect to. If you click on this arrow, you can disconnect by clicking on no connection. Or you can also click on select. And from here, you can select other database connected to for this particular SQL statement. In this case, I'm going connected to the sample database. The database I want to work on, so I don't need to do anything there, so I cancel for the syntax validation. It may be a good idea to have this check mark. Here, under validate database object references, what that will do is, for example, let's say I do a select asterisk from employee. From the previous example, we saw that this table exists. Now if I remove on E, so I misspelled that, then because I've clicked validate database object references, then Data Studio can tell that there's something wrong with this particular table. If I had not checked this, then Data Studio will not tell me that this table reference is wrong. So that's why I suggest you to have this checked. To run this query, all you need to do is right click and another save it first, or go ahead and run it. So as you can see, the statement executed successfully, and you see there are two tabs. So if you click on the second tab, it will show you the result. As before, if you are double click on SQL statement, you will maximize the window so you can see the whole output, and you can also double click and it will restore the previous view. Now I personally prefer not to show things using tabs, so you can click on this button here, then it will not be displayed. Using tabs is just one simple screen, and at the end show you the query and total execution time. Also, I prefer to show things using text mode like regular text, so I click on that particular. As you can see, I can get the results in simple text. Another thing you can do here is, for example, you can type select, but let's say you don't remember the entire syntax or how to spell select, so you can press, because this is based on Eclipse, so you can press the control key with the space bar at the same time, and then the tool will show you the different templates that you can use for select statement. So let's say I want to the most select statement and I click there. So this is what it's giving me at this point, and this is where what is highlighted in blue is what I need to replace employee. But let's say I don't remember the full name of this employee table, so I press Ctrl plus spacebar again, and then the tool will show me that what options I have that start with EMP. So again, it's employee what I wanted, so I click there, and I have my select asterisk from employee. I can right click and I can run it, and I get the same results as before. Now since you are here, I would also like to show you that to SQL, but you can also do xquery. So for example, you do xquery and then Ctrl plus spacebar, and then you get the syntax for xquery. So let's say I want to choose this one, and I'm going to complete this information, so I use the schema arfchunk for the table customer and the column info. I know this table and column has XML or includes XML documents, so that's why I choose it. Then I'm going to choose run SQL. As you can see from the bottom right corner, you get the output again. Let me double click here from the top. So you see the maximize window, and this is the result. So I double click here to store. You can also work with scripts. That means basically having several SQL statements executed at one time. So it select asterisk from employee and then put a semicolon. And then do a select asterisk from department dep and another semicolon. And then you can execute both of these statements in one shot. Now, the reason I put a semicolon is to help Data Studio determine where is the end of the statement. And if you scroll to the right, you will see the want to use the statement terminator. Semicolons are the default. So if I want to run the script, I can just right click and run SQL. And as you can see over here, it has two SQL or two outputs. If I click on the first one, it will show me the output of the select asterisk from depth. So this is how you can see the different outputs of statements in Data Studio. Now let me just right click here and remove all the outputs I had before. Let's say you want to execute only the select asterisk from depth, you can highlight it. Right click, run SQL, and as you can see, it will only show me the output from select asterisk from depth, which is what I selected.